Hell Marchers. That was Hell March by Toxic X Eternity, a lovely little bit of metal to drop on you all before we all go on a field trip to drop some metal, if you know what I mean. And who doesn't just love Commanding Talker, am I right? I absolutely adore real-time strategy games. I can see why Joel likes doing this. He moves his pet aliens across the galactic game board, and I have coordinate Helldivers to go and ruin his day. Lol. Lamal even. So, we have a new major order. Let's read the words. The words from the brass and what they want us to do next. The Automatons have launched a brazen attack, underhandedly capitalizing upon the ongoing Terminated and Illuminate offensive to further their despotic schemes. Intercepted communications indicate that the enemy has two ultimate targets. Jumatir is the first target. This critical planet is home to many civilians. More importantly, it is the site of the ongoing development of the MD8 gas mines, which are nearing operational readiness after weeks of delays. The second target is Julheim. This planet is of relatively low strategic importance. However, High Command has received an emergency distress call indicating that thousands of civilians are trapped inside the ruins of the Good Citizen Andrews School for moderately feeble young adults after a terrorist attack from the Fist of Truth. Should the Automatons control the planet at the end of the major order, the moderately feeble young adults will surely perish. It is unlikely that both planets can be saved. Dividing our forces may lead to the loss of both. The Helldivers, humanity's most trusted judges, are charged to make this difficult choice. The next major order will last another 4 days, concluding Saturday, March 1st, 10:30 a.m. Super Earth Eastern Standard Democratic Time, and requires us to either hold Jumatir for the gas mines or Julheim to save lives. However, it appears that the Helldivers are plotting a masterful strategy, continuing their ongoing trend of using the DSS to thwart every single evil plan the Automatons have to do both rather easily at once. They are accomplishing this by parking the station over Bekvam III and simply holding that planet, denying the bots access to either operational area. I was going to suggest this, but it seems you don't need me to explain anything, Helldivers. You're already doing exactly what I was going to recommend. However, I am somewhat concerned with this attack on Charon Prime connecting to Carbal 7 or back over to Bekvam III. But those are more easily managed. I'm sure we'll be alright. The Mercdivers are also getting into this. There is a new contract, Operation Tears of Blood, where various clients are offering simply outrageously ginormous payouts. The SEHC is paying 50 million super credits for 100-gallon factory striders. The WolfDivers are offering 25 million for 200 automaton outposts destroyed. The Cheese Divers offer 50 million for every 100 fortresses destroyed and for every 100 gunship fabs destroyed. And the Reclamation Alliance is pitching 500 million with a bonus of 1.5 billion super credits for taking out 500 jammers, detector towers, and mortar emplacements before the end of the major order. Altogether, that's... Geez, I think that's a little over 2.5 billion super credits in contract payouts. I know my math is probably off a little, but I'm sure it's in varying degrees of loads of money.
Spell loads of money.
Which is altogether a very good thing. Reinforcements could not have arrived on the Western Front too soon. The Gunvault security forces are under-equipped and outnumbered, fighting against the Automaton Collective and what is being described as cyborg shock troops operating under the banner of the Fist of Truth. We haven't seen things like this since the First Galactic War, people. You've done very well to hold out as long as you have, Gunvault. The Liberation Fleet will handle things from here. You should pull your troops back from the front lines now. We brought the Spartan Alliance's 7th Fleet and the big 380s. And the first 3 rows of audience seating are a splash zone. I want to send a message here. Unfortunately, the Fist of Truth wasn't merely sighted on Martale and Bekvam III, but in Gunvald's capital city and corporate HQ. A routine patrol from the Sentinel Defense Force was lucky enough to come upon some Fist of Truth operatives and uncovered a plot to detonate a hell bomb in the middle of the business sector, set on a timer with a deactivation code that changed every 1/10 of a second. No human hand could have deactivated it. It's in our twist of fate that had us in the neighborhood. Because we can't move through the interior sectors anymore due to, shall we say, Ministry of Truth speed traps, I was forced to take my ship on a more roundabout route through the Meridian and Eden sectors, and was parking in low orbit grabbing some last-minute supplies when the reports came in. Mercy patched in and was able to deactivate the hell bomb just in the nick of time. How much time was left on that thing anyway?
You do not want to know.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I don't think I do. Well, let's avoid that existential dread by moving right along to our next topic. In response to the dire threats facing Super Earth, not to mention the outrageous attrition rates caused by those dire threats, the legendary 95th Roughnecks are holding tryouts in a recruitment drive. Led by the equally legendary Commander Rod, the Roughnecks are the first and best bulwark against the darkness, a shining beacon of democratic hope against the oncoming night, and some of the finest Helldivers in all of the Liberation Fleet. Commander Rod has set the personal best, as far as I know, with a jaw-dropping 1,806 kills in a solo super Helldive. His exploits on the battlefield defy belief, and in one situation, he was fired directly into an Illuminate void ship, fought through its entire complement of overseers practically by himself, felled a senior illusionist capable of mind control, and carried a terribly injured feline newscaster to extraction, hijacking an Illuminate warp ship to escape. Seriously, how many people do you know of that can GTA an Illuminate warp ship? I can say with absolute certainty, and without an ounce of exaggeration, I wouldn't be sitting here right now if not for the Commander. I hold him in incredibly high esteem with a perfect, sterling reputation for battlefield performance, as well as manners and gentlemanly conduct. If you opt to click on the Super Discord link in the description below, you will find more than a simple combat unit with the Roughnecks. You'll find family, and you could not ask for a better leader. That's been Liberty's Latest with me, Pangera the Radio Angel. We are already off to a good start with this major order, Helldivers, but keep an eye out. The Automatons practice greater strategy than the bugs, and are probably already plotting their next move. But I know one thing for absolute certain. Those dot matrix printers really have to hate the DSS by now. Sounds like a skill issue to me. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.